My name is Zenaune Kamberipa. I'm 34 years old. I'm currently the CFO of Bank Bentuk and qualified end of 2012. I cannot say I chose the CA profession. I think it chose me. I really do believe that. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, I studied it because I got the bursary for it, and then I learned to enjoy it. If I had to describe the CA journey for me, I would say it has been one of the most rewarding things in my life because there's so many facets to it. I don't even know where to start describing it, from the way I look at life, because of the journey, how I am, obviously the ability to make a living, ability to provide others with a living. There are just so many. I can never, I'll run out of words. So I hope I've captured at least the main parts of it. Yeah, I think CAs are important because of the value they bring to the conversation. There's a component of obviously assurance providers and so on. And I think that's, yes, is important. But I think the CA mind, the CA outlook, the CA appreciation of issues and solving them in commerce is probably, for me, that adds more value. And I guess you can deploy them anyway. You can put them in government, you can put them in commerce, and I think they will just bring value. And I've seen in the few years I've worked, what I've seen is that they just stand out. Or maybe I'm biased, I don't know. It's a difficult question, but I think for me it's probably, if I had to talk about contribution to the profession, for me is around growing those that have come after you. Really, I take development very important. So everyone that I've worked with that is behind me, I have spent the time to almost impart knowledge, and not just it stops with me. So whatever I've gotten from those that have come before me, I've always tried to make sure that I also pass it on to those that have come after me. Yeah, so, I will start by saying that I think for me charity starts at home. So if I talk about impact, it starts with, since I've qualified and I came back home, is lifting outlook at home, lifting, more important, how aspirations around those that I know or my sphere of influence. And then, where possible, contribute around, obviously we always have social imperatives in organizations that one takes part in. And I think I can sum it up probably more that way than anything else. Growth is one word, but I think the intrinsic value for me is the ability to continuously challenge myself. An answer I had yesterday is not always the final answer for me. I'm always, always searching, and ability to also appreciate issues for myself. Just because someone tells me something is a certain way, I must first appreciate how it makes sense for me. And I think that's number one for me. All of them, discipline, perseverance, you can name them. Because, let me put it this way for you. So you have the formative years, right, which is probably more around perseverance and ability to stick it through. And then the real growth phase for me happened now after qualifying to, finding yourself, finding your views on stuff, and living those values as you start crystallizing them, if that's the word. So, and really also be open-minded, because you get exposure to so many people, so many geographies. I've been able to, I did articles in Joburg, then I did 6 months in the US, then eventually I came back to work here in Namibia. And yet, even when working here, you have colleagues from all over the world. So I think that has been it. So when I received my ICANN certificate, or when I qualified, how did I feel? I felt relief. I think, when you come from where I come from, and then you go to school and set out to this vision, and then it's all about really getting there. You know, one of the things I had as almost my biggest motivator or driver was I came from Namibia. I went to study in vets in South Africa, and I did articles in Joburg. I couldn't go home without qualifying. So I think for me that was it. I felt a huge sense of relief, and then I was like, wow, let life begin now. Let me start the question. I'm also upcoming, by the way, as I'm also an upcoming CA still, I think. But I think it all starts with aspiration. I think that, you know, you must dream, and dreams don't cost anything. They may not come true, but my view is that if you cannot dream, then you're already limiting yourself. I think dream big. And you know, one of my former mentors always said that once you dream, then you can start looking at it and say, but what am I doing now to achieve those dreams? And not just leave it to chance. So dream, and then, you know, do things today that fit in those dreams that you want. I think those are the two, and nothing beats hard work. They will tell you about smart work and but my view is that if you work hard on the right stuff, I guess, not just hard work, then you know, the world has a way of almost rewarding that in the short journey I've walked. So at least I think.